cat know right? No, I don't drink in the morning.
Hi, that's good news.
Is that Joe?
That's Joe. That's my buddy Joe Burns.
The legend.
Sonoma Sideshow.
All right, welcome to Sonoma Sideshow, recorded at Grim Reaper Studios, located somewhere at the base of the beautiful Blue Mountains in eastern Oregon. I'm your host, Les, the Snowman Kannier. Tonight, we have the one, the only, Blake Sonoma Kannier. Yeah, you might recognize the name. That's my son. So we're going to touch base on what's going on in his life and see where it goes from there. It's New Year's. We're excited.
Cheers to that.
So we'll see what this video brings us. Now, keep in mind, I've changed platforms. So I was with another platform that was just audio, and that was fun, and we did some podcasts. But episode 17, we're doing this on the old Les Kannier web YouTube channel.
Yep.
So it's a new platform. We'll see what I've had the laptop and the program for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it should be a fun test here to see what I've learned in 3 days. But
You've got it all set up from where you were at.
well, you know, I mean, that's what I
Before
do.
it was just a dream.
Hey, what a dream.
Like when you were talking about what computer you wanted to get.
Yeah, you know. But all right, so we got my son here. Let's talk about the weird and crazy that's going on. Before we get into your life, we got in our area, we have the Moscow murders. Those college students.
God, that's
some
scary. Because I go to a
batshit-
small school too.
That's batshit crazy.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying to people. They were sleeping. That's
Yeah.
why people would think I'm weird for putting a chair in front of my door when I go to sleep. But that's an extra defense.
So, do you sleep lightly?
Oh yeah.
Really?
No, not when I'm here at home, but at anywhere
Why
else.
not here?
Something about Izzy will bark.
Oh, the
Our
dogs.
dog, yeah, they'll bark.
I thought maybe it was because you felt safe around your daddy.
I'm safe everywhere.
What?
I'm safe everywhere, man.
Okay, all right. Well, let's dig into what you've been up to lately and where you're at and where you're going. So, let's pick up right about military. You
Was tired of
you were in the Air Force 4.5
Yeah,
years,
4 years.
and you were overseas most of that time.
in
Yeah,
Japan and Germany.
Yep, you had some cuckoo stuff happen both places.
Yeah,
We'll save that for another show.
highs and lows
Highs and lows.
at both places.
And then you tell us how you ended up in Arizona, because that's where you live now.
Yeah, so
from the beginning.
I was in Germany, or I was deployed, and I started watching this guy named Sean O'Malley play games on Twitch, which is like like a streaming platform.
Okay, all right.
And then next, thing you know, like as time goes on, I get to Germany, and then it's time for me to start PC, like getting processing out of the military.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole time I've been watching him, playing games with him, starting to get to know him a little bit better. Throughout we go to school, I get moving back in with you guys. Then I go move to Bend. This whole time, we're just gaming.
Right. So
Me
you got
and
out of the military, you're going to school in
Yeah,
Bend.
going to school,
You
going to
kept this-
COCC, but I kept my buddy,
Your buddy.
Sean, and
Sean.
Nick LeJew, or like I'm D-doxing these
This whole
people. on
crew.
these, but yeah, these Schmitty, shout out Schmitty, Brendan, everybody. And then now we're just a big group called the Jobins.
Jobins.
I got it tattooed on me. And
Alright.
they're all legends in their own right. But I was going to Bend, and then Sean bought a house down in Phoenix, and he said everyone could move in there, and it just fit right into perfect timing when I was getting out of school in Bend.
Mm-hmm.
And
And they had the courses that you wanted to
yeah, and they
take,
had this degree in communications and with broadcasting and new media, a focus in that.
Oh,
So I was like, sweet, and now I graduate after this summer term.
nice.
Bachelor's degree in 2 years,
Well, let's...
if I pass.
Yeah, I mean... All right, so tell me who your buddy Sean is. Like, how did this relationship? He happens to own several properties.
Yeah, he bought a house, a couple houses down there. I know he owns his own
Okay.
that he lives in, obviously. But then his parents live in or something like that. His mom, not his parents, but his older brother Michael, which great people too.
He bought this.
And then he bought this house that has a sick ass pool in the backyard. And then Schmitty and Brendan I live with, and we're starting to get we're gonna get another roommate. And then sometimes Pete, Sean's dog, comes over, and
Pete.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Oh, Pete.
He's a legend, man. He reminds me of Izzy a little bit.
Right on. Okay, so because Sean had this place, it worked out perfect, and you came down to AZ.
Love GCU.
And started going to GCU.
I like the class setup. It's like for me to pass, this is what I need, and they do it perfectly. Like it feels so guided.
Yeah.
You know, like just do this at this date, and it's all laid out right in front of you. This is what you do. All this, you're good.
You think you're gonna stay in that area for a while?
Probably, yeah. I love Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
The weather,
good
the
weather.
summer.
Yeah. Because right now, currently, you're at home where we live, and that is Eastern Oregon, and it's cold and icy and snowy and just terrible and gray.
I like Oregon.
Yeah, in the summer.
Yeah, but in the summer in Arizona, it's hot. I was sweating my ass off walking around GCU in 110.
Yeah, that is hot, very hot. So Sean, though, he is successful because he is in
the UFC.
He's in the UFC. So
number one bantamweight in the world. Just whipped Peter Yan's ass.
Excellent.
It was a war. And then next he's gonna get the title shot.
Okay, all right.
And he's gonna win that.
Right. So we have a vested interest in Sean, right? He's family. He's a legend. He's family. Now we gotta pay close attention. So where do you go from here, though? What's next? What was the whole deal about making some videos and shaving your eyebrows? Like Sean, and I want to talk about Tim, Sean's trainer. And what's going on there?
Yeah, Tim, Sean's trainer, Tim Welch, my sensei at TWBJJ MMA, where I train jiu-jitsu.
Excellent.
He's my coach.
Nice plug.
And he's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also the host of Timbo Sugar Show podcast on YouTube.
That's great.
But he wants me to start, building a YouTube. We're trying to build a YouTube, and so he's like, make two. I made a bet. He always talks me into bets, and I do it. I fall right into it, and he's like, 2 videos by the end of the year, I get to shave one eyebrow off, and I'm like, I got my podcast done, but I just didn't know what way I want my channel to go because it's just so hard, kind of.
Right.
And next thing you know, it was like, I'm one day out, and I got one more video I got to produce, and I produced it. But my jiu-jitsu journey is where I think my YouTube's gonna go because it's simple, it's easy to track. When I get each stripe, do a video update.
But now talk about that jiu-jitsu.
It can be really
journey.
paced out because I know I won't get stripes for a long time.
Talk about how that happened. So you meet these guys, they become your friends, and now you decide I got to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, at first I had to kind of like it because I was getting my ass whipped, and in the nicest way, not like saying anyone's being a jerk, but I just sometimes I'm always not the most physical combat, and then it was just like I was getting my butt whipped, and now I like it though because I'm starting to learn things.
Yeah, nice.
Little things to defend myself, at least, not submit people quite yet, but.
And how nice is that you have Tim,
great coach,
a coach that has proven himself,
and he's a awesome
fighter, and just a cool dude.
Legend too.
Well, I will say when I went down to kind of check out where you were living and and all that stuff, I went to I went to 2 sessions, and they were amazing, and I was blown away. What he blew me away when we started, we got in there, we sat down, you guys were all stretching. He puts on Bob Marley, and it's just
it was a good vibe.
And there were kids running around, and it felt safe, and you could put yourself out there and learn moves and not be worried about getting submitted because you're learning, and it's not about the ego, it's about learning these things, these disciplines, which is really what it's all about, right? Discipline.
Disciplinante.
So how cool is that, though, that not only did you meet these guys, but now you get to train with them. You got to roll with
badass.
Sean a little bit, right?
Yeah, and he's really good. So he's just demolishing me while we're going. But at the same time, I'm like, I get to learn from the best.
That's
like,
right.
The absolute best. And it was kind of cool going back here at this gym because the trainer here was like kind of like saying I was doing a good job, and I'm a no stripe white belt. Yeah. And I'm new to no-gi, which no-gi just means I'm not wearing basically like a Pendleton Woolen Mills jacket over myself while I'm rolling.
Thick blanket.
Yeah. I don't know. I like both, but ever since I started doing no-gi with Sean, I was like, I like this a lot more.
Just about the shirt.
Because I want to beat Warlike, and he does a lot of no-gi. I know that's a cool shirt, but I want to beat Warlike. That's my main goal. Get better than him.
All right. And he trains up in
Canada.
He's part of this Jobin group.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, where does this Jobin thing come from?
To be honest, I think Tim said the origin of it was there was this guy at his school named Jobin, and they would just always say, "What's up, Jobin?"
Okay.
And so then it kind of kept going on. So then now I got it tatted on my leg, man.
You got it tatted.
But I like it.
And why did you get it tatted? What happened there?
We were just up at Sean's the first time we had all met up down there. He's like, "You guys want to all get a tat?" And I was just like, can't say no to shit like this. And then Warlike pussed out.
Now, wait a minute. When you can't say no to that, but you remember when you and I were on, we were in Hollywood, and we were on Hollywood Boulevard, and we were looking at the stars, and we went in that tattoo shop, and it took me 45 minutes to talk you into getting a tiny little cross.
On my ankle,
I think it was...
No!
Yeah, right?
It's big.
Tiny. It was one... He goes, "You're done. That'll be $85.
Yeah, shop minimum.
Yeah.
But
Blake, you remember, you were like...
This one hurt way less than this one.
It was
the
like...
one on my knee hurt way less than the one on my ankle. Seriously.
Yeah. All right. Well...
And then Warlike chickened out.
You can't prove that.
I can't. He doesn't have a single tattoo on his body.
He's a good Christian boy.
That's why before I got my first tattoo with you in L.A., I was a good Christian boy, too.
Wait a minute. Yeah, but you got a cross, so...
And that's all
break even. So,
yeah.
All right, well, so what's the plan down in AZ? Where are you headed? I mean, when are you going to get a place that I can come visit?
Yeah, I got to get a job. Still in school.
Yeah.
Got to get a job for that one. So that's like a 5-year thingy. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
No
but
rush.
I want to work for like the Arizona Cardinals or the Diamondbacks or like some sports team out there. I don't care if it's like a low totem pole job, but just work my way up the chain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If that's squirting water bottles, filling them up, or if that's sweeping the floors or something, something like that.
Whatever.
Because I have a degree in social media stuff, so I hope that's what I want to do. But like, I feel like you got to get time in the building first.
Right. Yep. Right on.
I've done that for military before, so I'm not afraid of a little lower man of the totem pole.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. So, some other time we'll get into your military stories.
Those are too deep.
Those will be fun. But I was thinking, now that we've changed platforms and we're on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, I was thinking, since you got me back into watching mixed martial arts, I was thinking we could do, each time I do a podcast, we could do a review. Nothing as beautiful and technical as Red Hawk.
They got it down
recap.
packed.
I mean, that's real people. I mean, I'm from the couch.
Yeah. They got JX and them can edit.
Yeah. But I thought maybe in the future episodes we'd have you come back and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would do that?
I'm down.
Yeah. So, if it wasn't for Sean, though, who would you say is besides Sean and Tim, who is your most favorite fighter in the UFC or in the MMA game?
Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to have to... Even though everyone hates on him, I like Israel Adesanya. Mm-hmm. I know he just lost, but like he's had some great wars. But other than Israel Adesanya, I really like John Jones too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want him to come back this year and Conor McGregor. I like all the main favorites, like Conor. Everyone wants Conor to fight. It's just when Conor McGregor fights, it's way more special. Way more people talk about it. Everybody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
If they said he was fighting somebody we never heard of, everyone would still watch.
How long's it been since he?
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
Broke his leg though.
Yeah, that's hard to come back from. Yeah.
But I mean, that'd be sick.
And so we were talking about fight of the year. Where are you leading?
Leon Edwards, man.
Mm-hmm. Why?
He got, well, backstory. This man got held out of a title fight. Like, was on like a 10-fight win streak. They didn't give him a title shot because they kept giving it to, Masvidal. They just kept getting held out. And he lost to Usman earlier in his career. Like, earlier. And Usman's been so dominant, he went just back-to-back. And then he loses all five rounds. He was losing it. And then with like a minute left, fakes a jab to a head kick, knocks cold out Kamaru Usman. And it's like, whoo. And that's when he was like, pound for pound headshot. Dead. That was hard when he said that into the camera.
But I think, there's been a lot of great fights though.
Every fight's awesome.
Every fight's awesome.
Like Sean's fight too.
Those are the best, but we're not counting those.
Mm-hmm.
But something about Pereira.
He's just scary, man.
Alex Pereira. The story behind the story behind it all, and the way he followed Israel around, and in sports, and beat him a couple of times, and the truth is it was kind of 50-50 kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
And then to come into this so dominant,
just
do you
has
think that's
hands
crazy?
From hell.
How do you come into this so dominant in 6 fights?
You're just that high level of a kickboxer.
But who knows that? Like,
maybe because he was training with Glover Teixeira, who's been dominating MMA for quite a while, and then he's grappling with a bigger guy.
When he gets in there, though, like Dana and whoever's running the show there, do they go, oh, you say this guy's really good, and you give him the fast track to the belt?
He was like the kickboxing champ, though.
So they were able to,
like high level.
They must just trust how good he was.
You have to. People that are fighting over there, that's like a certain level. It's like that's the top of the top.
Mm-hmm.
He might get taken down and rode like a horse and, not win. He might, like, Khamzat might tap him out in a minute. That could happen.
Right. But then we watched that fight the other night. I was like, wait a minute, this guy's human, but we'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Heavyweight. Best heavyweight.
John Jones. Well, he's going to be a heavyweight, but the best heavyweight of all time is Stipe Miocic right now.
Oh.
He defended it the most of all, I think, of all heavyweights.
Right.
Stipe went on a crazy run.
But John Jones is your favorite.
He's just so dominant.
I think
he's
mine
so
is
dominant.
Fedor.
He was cool.
Only because the first time I watched him, I was like, wait a minute, who's this guy? Is he the mailman? Or, he looks so just average.
Yeah.
And then he would stand there. He never got hyped up. He would just stand there, and then somebody come at him, and he would unleash.
I like John Jones just because of that one where he was in an armbar and he was about to lose. He let his arm break and still won and submitted the dude after that. What?
I've done that.
No.
Yeah, Blake. Playing
That's
Mario
crazy.
Brothers.
No.
Yep, 87. Did it for attorney.
So.
But, all right. Well, tell me about where you want to go with your jiu-jitsu.
I want to just try to see how good I can get while I'm there doing it.
Right.
Right now, first goal is to get my first stripe.
Yeah.
I got to get that.
All right.
Which I feel like I'm getting close.
How close?
Close enough I can smell it.
What's it smell like?
Good.
So, speaking of Jobins, like kind of I don't know if he's the official or unofficial leader there, but Schmitty. Ricky. He's got a podcast.
Yep, the Brendan Schmitty Show.
Shout
out them. I literally live at the podcast, too.
Yeah.
It's legendary there.
It is legendary. I was supposed to be on it once. But we had contract issues. And they couldn't pay me what I needed. And I don't know. People don't realize how pushy Brendan is.
No.
No, really.
No.
The guy, I don't know how many times I stayed there for, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
multiple times. I wake up in the middle of the night, he's just standing over my bed looking at me.
No.
One time he did this.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't believe it.
Brendan's a savage.
Yeah. But, you know, and then you got Schmitty. I mean,
Can bake or cook.
he's a fabulous cook.
Chef.
Yeah. And I've been trying to get him on the show for years. And he barely will talk to me. He acts like he doesn't know me. He's like, wait, no. I don't, sorry, he only takes incoming. Not,
yeah. Yeah.
and I'm like, I was there in the beginning. Well, not really. I mean, but someday I hope that I can be up there where he's at that 50,000 range.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting at 20 right now. But you have to start somewhere, you know. And I've emailed Schmitty, I've emailed Tim, I've emailed Sean, all of them. Like, Blake's my son. Remember me? Can I get you on the show? Nobody will respond. Nobody.
Well, maybe if you stay consistent or something and keep putting episodes out, they will, and it keeps growing.
All right. Well,
I can guarantee Brendan. Appearance.
No, I've been sending Brendan and Schmitty pictures or video of my dog pooping for months. And they don't respond.
They love it. I'm sure they love it.
No, they don't. They don't respond. They don't appreciate it. It's art. All right. Well, this is your last night here in the beautiful Eastern Oregon
Big
area.
flight tomorrow, yep.
Headed back to your other home.
Yep.
Back to the next phase.
Good weather.
Yep. And that pool, I mean, the pool's, I mean, it looked good. I swam in it, I think.
Yeah.
Well, twice. Once by myself, I skinny dipped, and then once
You and
Sean's
Schmidt.
dad night. No. I tried to get Schmitty to do it. I was like, let's go skinny dipping. And he never would. But no. Is it Dan? Is that his name? Dan? Yeah. Cool dude. Yeah, he and we went in there, and we sat in there and had a couple beers and kind of let
the gangrene.
Well, have you ever seen those manicures or whatever where they eat, the little fish eat off the... So we just sat there and let it heal because we're both in our 50s, and we have a lot of dry, powdery skin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun. I got a bond with him a little bit, but I think I'm a better swimmer. But so you're headed back there, and then maybe we can get Schmitty to maybe when you go back, you'll tell him to respond to my emails or somebody.
Yeah,
I'll try to get.
I'll see. I'll talk to the boss man.
All right. Well, tell me. I make everybody say, spitting wisdom. At the end of the episode, I say, tell me some sort of wisdom thing. Like. When I was growing up, my grandfather used to say a lot of things, and he called it spitting wisdom. Mm-hmm. And so he would say, for example, don't tell me what you're going to do. Tell me what you've done.
Yeah.
Spit wisdom.
Well, like you said, you always said a lot of things, too, and I remember you always saying...
A lot of it I made up,
do what you love and the money will follow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Never
that
follow.
always rang true with me. Yeah. So that's why I'm doing a social media job where I could, I'm not doing the normal stay in the military.
Right.
I got out.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't come back to work at Walmart or some shit like that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's just not for me.
Right. That's it?
That was it. That was as deep as it gets.
God, I felt like it was going to get deeper than that.
I thought it went full go.
Well, obviously, I should explain again, the studio's not quite ready, so we're kind of close. This feels good.
And Jack's crying to get in here.
So, anyways, we want to support the local business back in AZ. We got...
Sean gave me this app.
Sugar Sean O'Malley, number one ranked.
Bantamweight in the world. Yep.
We got Tim Welch.
Best
How many
coach in
gyms
the game.
he's got open now? Like
2.
3? He's a mogul.
He's
a mogul and a badass at that. And he likes
He'll
Bob
whip
Marley.
ass.
Yeah.
He will whip
Yeah.
ass. If there's any haters, please hit him up. He will accept the invitation to whip some ass.
I saw a video. I didn't like it. Don't do it. Not a good idea. But other than that, listen, it was great. Everybody join us. Blake's not really going to dig too deep on the...
Oh, I thought I got real deep.
Well, I wanted tears. Next time.
Someone at home was crying.
Well, we're going to talk about maybe some of the abuse that you suffered.
I don't drink in the
Morning.
With this baby right here. You're going to need more than jiu-jitsu for this, son.
Hi. That's good news.
That's good news.
All right. Thanks for joining us. I want to thank tonight's guest,
Yep.
Blake the Snowman Kannier.
Snowman
What a great
Sideshow.
middle name. We'll talk about that another time. But I
So
want to
many
thank
future topics. Just
So
endless,
many.
endless amounts.
endless. I want to thank tonight's sponsors and listeners: Bill Murphy Roofing, Wandering Wizard Concepts, Vertical Jigs and Lures, DLC Photography, The Shop, Diesel Fuel Filter Kits, History Hunters, Fire and Firearm Antiquities, Metal by Mora, and the John P. Salter Foundation. All sponsors can be found online on the most major social media
Platforms. Yep.
That's a wrap. Be sure to catch the next episode. Until next time, keep your nose clean if it takes both sleeves. Another spitting wisdom that my grandpa said. We'll see you then. Thank you.